Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. About 1 week ago, William Ruto attended a burial ceremony in Nyeri regarding Gachagwa's brother's burial. And Nyeri governor made it very clear that they could not access William Ruto because some people around William Ruto were blocking them from accessing William Ruto. And the governor also lamented that he longed for the days when they could access William Ruto, those days when William Ruto was still the deputy president. That was about 1 week ago. Today, Rigathi Gachagua led a group of Kenya Kwanza leaders in Uasin Gishu County for a Thanksgiving ceremony. And Ndindi Nyoro, somebody who is seen as a very close William Ruto ally, also lamented that they could not access William Ruto all that easily. Yes. So Ndindi Nyoro was saying that William Ruto is inaccessible. In this video, I want us to listen to Ndindi Nyoro. For Ndindi Nyoro's remarks are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. But before we do that, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Give it a like, please. Now let's listen to Ndindi Nyoro.
Na ofisi ya Faruk hata ni ile ya rais wetu wa Kenya. Kwa sababu huwezi fikia rais Faruk akisema no.
Yes. Even though Ndindi Nyoro is making those remarks on a lighter note, it's very clear Ndindi Nyoro is confirming William Ruto is inaccessible. They cannot easily access William Ruto. And the interesting bit about it is that the complaint seems to be emanating only from the mountain. We are not hearing leaders from Kalenjin, from Western, from Coast, from Nyanza, complaining of William Ruto's inaccessibility. It's only these leaders from the mountain. So far, we have had Nyeri governor complaining, and now Ndindi Nyoro is complaining. And also, if you look at those complaining about the high cost of living, we are also seeing the mainly such complaints coming from the mountain. There seems to be a very big problem on the mountain. If you look at it objectively, it appears the mountain feels and believes they are more entitled to a William Ruto's presidency than any other community in Kenya. And it appears to me clearly they want to control and dictate terms to William Samoei Ruto. And William Ruto might have realized that and is now just trying to tell them that he's now the president. He is no longer the deputy president. That's a reality they must now know. And they must learn to live with that reality that he is no longer a deputy president, but the president. I tend to believe that the message maybe William Ruto is trying to send to them, but they're not getting that message. And then secondly, if you look at these leaders, something tells me very strongly that already there is a simmering rebellion against William Ruto, especially from the leaders who come from the mountain. And I'm saying that because if you look at Rigathi Gachagua has been constantly reminding William Ruto on the number of votes he got from the mountain. And some few weeks ago, William Ruto also threw some jabs at Rigathi Gachagua in that he was saying that some people do not know on how to use even spoons and some etiquette. So it appears that the shadow boxing between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua is now penetrating to even some leaders on the mountain. And I'm only seeing a possibility, or rather I'm seeing a situation where as time goes by, such kinds of remarks are just going to degenerate into a full-blown rebellion against William Ruto, especially from the mountain. If the mountain did rebel against their own son, Uhuru Kenyatta, what will stop them from rebelling against William Ruto? All these are just early signs that there is trouble coming. There is looming trouble. The mountain most definitely will rebel against William Ruto. And William Ruto, the way he's playing his politics, I think he has already seen that. Ruto is already laying a plan B to counter that. Because I know if he's a smart politician, I know he might have already sensed that. Or he might have figured that out. And then also from that, those complaints coming from the mountain, I'm also seeing a William Samoei Ruto who is actually just using some of these leaders to fight one another. William Ruto is cleverly trying to use some of these leaders from the mountain to fight one another, so that there is no kingpin who emerges from the mountain. And I'm saying that because Ndindi Nyoro has been seen as a very close William Ruto ally. And all along, Kenyans thought and felt that William Ruto was grooming Ndindi Nyoro maybe to take after him some years to come. But if you look at Ndindi Nyoro's sentiments, it's clear that Ndindi Nyoro might not even be that close to William Ruto. He is not in the inner sanctum of William Samoei Ruto. William Ruto might just be using Ndindi Nyoro for PR to confuse the mountain, that Ndindi Nyoro can even be a possible successor. And the aim of that is to actually confuse the mountain, not to rally behind one leader amongst them. Because at one point, William Ruto is talking about Professor Kithure Kindiki. Another point, he seems to be propelling Ndindi Nyoro. And then at some times, he seems to be leaning towards Rigathi Gachagua. These are just clever political gimmicks by William Ruto to make sure that the mountain does not rally behind one of their own, behind one leader. And that's a very smart politics by William Samoei Ruto. So Ndindi Nyoro is actually just confirming to Kenyans today that he might not be in the inner sanctum of William Samoei Ruto. He is not that deep state that Kenyans have all along thought and felt he was. That's also something I'm seeing from those remarks by Ndindi Nyoro. And then also, before I forget, I strongly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the opposition, the Azimio team, should actually hold together more than any other time. Because it's almost certain and very clear that a William Ruto's regime, William Ruto's government, maybe even after some few months, we shall be seeing very interesting things coming from the government. Already there are signs showing, or rather suggesting, that as in the coming months, as time goes by, we are most likely going to see an implosion in William Ruto's government. In fact, it's not even, since William Ruto was sworn in, is even less than 1 month. And already you are seeing people complaining that it's not accessible. I strongly believe there is rebellion brewing. As a new team, the opposition must hold together for very interesting political dynamics. Let me stop it there. But just as I did indicate when I was starting, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. And to any person who wants to have a chat, a discussion, or even to share an information with me, or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number. And if possible, feel free to channel any support or contribution to the number. And to those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know. from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And if possible, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.